All right, in September, I went to go see Bottoms, and I remember there was a little joke the director, Emma Slegman, and the writer put in there about a David Fincher film club, and I thought it was so funny. It's obviously like a big in joke for the film fans. Everyone loves, a David Fincher movie, but I feel like his films are more geared towards a specific audience. You really don't actively seek out a Fincher film unless I feel like you're a film nerd. I went to go see an early screening of his movie The Killer in theaters Friday, October 27th. I went with my friend. She did not really like the movie. She was saying it was a bit weird. I think this is not a conventional type of movie. I don't think David Fincher makes movies because, he thinks people are going to love them. I mean, he probably expects people to enjoy them, but they are not movies that are meant for the general public. I remember Seven, when that movie got test screened, there were like teachers or people like that, David Fincher said, walked out because they were so offended by the material. But honestly, I think The Killer is just a great throwback movie. It's a procedural. It's very tightly paced. And there's just something very, different about it compared to the majority of movies released now, and I'm very happy I got to see it in the theater, so let's break it down. I thought that The Killer is a masterclass in tight, gripping storytelling, and as a director known for his dark, calculated, and meticulously crafted productions, Fincher's yet again delivered a compelling film that keeps you on the edge of your seat, with a filmography that includes classics like The Social Network, Gone Girl 7, Fight Club, even the polarizing Alien 3, which I absolutely love the extended cut of. Fincher consistently infuses a sense of dread into his work that's hard to resist. The Killer's no exception. It's a film that I thoroughly enjoyed. His previous film, Mank, was a departure from his usual style, paying homage to his father's screenplay. And with The Killer, Fincher's returning to his signature style, much like Chris Nolan did with Oppenheimer after the complex Tenet, which I really loved. But, while Tenet left a lot of people bewildered, and I think Mank also left people wanting Fincher to go back to that style, The Killer is a return to form of what Fincher does best, and he excels at it. This is a tightly paced, cold, brutal film that stands in stark contrast to the Hollywood norm. This departure from what a lot of people are used to, I think, is probably the best part about it. It's the film standard quality. And some viewers mentioned they were initially bored or surprised by the film's direction. I was a little nervous, thinking I might not like it, but I found these aspects to be strengths, and I really, really like this movie. It's a modern take on the classic Le Samurai. It offers a glimpse into the everyday life of a hitman, and the film is slick, well-paced, and meticulously crafted. It builds tension as it unfolds, and what sets it apart, I thought, was how it conveys information. It starts with the hitman at work relying on minimal dialogue and instead using his narration to guide us. And this approach draws you into the mind of the killer and creates an intimate connection with the character. It also distinguishes itself by withholding the hitman's backstory. I really, really like this. It's a bold and crucial choice by revealing more of his personal life and motivations only towards the end. The film keeps you guessing, and it's a refreshing departure from the typical action film formula where the plot and character motivations are often laid out early on. In The Killer, you do get a bit of what he's fighting for early on, you can understand it, but they leave out a couple of specific things which make it more interesting when you're finding out as the film goes on why he's doing what he's doing. And it's almost like a really fascinating play with, brilliantly executed and sweeping cinematography that adds depth to the narrative. I thought that the score, which was composed by Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, is a standout feature. It enhanced the overall experience. It was evocative, and also this whole movie is just a very captivating piece of cinema. And what I even like about it is there's really only one fight scene, you'd call it, where there's action and there's really dark lighting and the music is lightly, pulsating in the background. It reminded me kind of a Park Chan-wook film, and there's also very little dialogue in this fight. It's a very, very stylistic movie. It's very fun to watch. I enjoyed it a lot, and I really just thought The Killer was stunning and an engaging thriller that stands as a testament to David Fincher's mastery of his craft, and it's really just a great movie, very different from what you usually get from Hollywood, so go check it out if you're a fan of these types of movies. Maybe you're not, but I really love this movie.